Imagine this. You wake up ready to tackle the day, but something feels off. Maybe your arm's acting weird, or there's this strange pressure in your chest. It's so easy to brush it off. Maybe you slept funny or skipped your evening glass of water. We've all done it, right? But here's something you might not know. Those odd morning feelings could be your body's way of waving a big red flag. These aren't just random they could be urgent signals of something serious, even life-changing, especially if you're over 60. Today we're breaking down 5 morning warning signs you cannot ignore. From subtle stroke signals to sneaky heart alerts, these could be the difference between catching a problem early and facing something much worse. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to watch for and what to do if one of these hits you or someone you love tomorrow morning. Stick around, because this could be a game changer. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a tip to keep you thriving. Let's dive in. A wake-up call you can't ignore. Picture this. You roll out of bed, the morning sun peeking through your curtains, and you go to grab your phone. But your arm feels heavy, like it's lugging around a bowling ball. Or maybe your leg drags like it's stuck in quicksand. You might think, "Oh, I must have slept on it wrong." Or, "I'll shake it off in a sec." But hold up, this isn't just a stiff joint or a bad night's sleep. Sudden weakness or numbness on one side of your body is a major warning sign, and it's one of the loudest alarms your body can send. This could point to a stroke, and here's the wild part. Many strokes happen while you're dreaming, so you might wake up already in the middle of a medical emergency without a clue. So, what's going on? A stroke is like a traffic jam in your brain. Blood flow gets blocked, maybe by a clot or a burst vessel, and the part of your brain that controls one side of your body shuts down. Your right arm might feel like it's just dangling there, or your left leg might not step where you want it to. It could be a faint tingle, like your hand's fallen asleep, or it could be dramatic, where you can't lift your arm at all. Either way, this isn't just getting older. It's a crisis, and time is your most precious asset. Let me tell you about Ellen, a 66-year-old retired florist from Vermont. One chilly morning, she woke up and reached for her glasses, but her right hand felt like it was moving through molasses. She tried to pick up her coffee cup, but it slipped right out. At first, she laughed, thinking she just slept awkwardly. But when she stood up, her right leg felt wobbly, and her husband noticed her smile looked a little crooked. He didn't waste a second. He called 911. Good thing too, because Ellen had a minor stroke overnight. Thanks to their quick action, she got treatment in time, and with some physical therapy, was back to arranging her famous tulip bouquets in weeks. Here's why Ellen's story is so powerful. Knowing what to look for can save your life. If you wake up and one side of your body, your face, arm, or leg feels weak, numb, or just not right, don't ignore it. Don't tell yourself it'll pass with a hot shower or a stretch. You don't need to freak out, but you do need to act fast. Call emergency services and get checked out. It's way better to hear it's nothing from a doctor than to lose hours that could make all the difference. Your body's sending you a signal. Don't hit mute. There's a mental hurdle here too. Nobody wants to feel like they're overreacting, especially as we age. We've all got that voice saying, "Don't make a fuss." But you've lived long enough to trust your gut. You know when something's off. And when it comes to strokes, every minute you act saves brain cells. So, if you feel that weird weakness on one side, don't wait for it to get worse. Pick up the phone, get help, and keep living the vibrant life you love. Drop a, "Wow, good to know," in the comments if this hits home, and let's keep going. When your words betray you, it's morning, you're perched on the edge of your bed, maybe mentally mapping out your to-do list. You go to say good morning to your partner, or mumble something about needing caffeine. Who doesn't? But when you speak, the words come out like they're tripping over each other. They're slurred, like your mouth's not listening to your brain. Or maybe you know exactly what you want to say, but it's like the words are stuck in a maze. That moment of, "What's going on?" isn't just morning grogginess, it's your brain sounding a serious alarm. And it could be a stroke. This isn't about stumbling over words because you're still half asleep. Sudden trouble speaking or slurring, especially out of the blue, is a textbook stroke warning. Like weakness on one side, this can start while you're sleeping and only show up when you try to talk in the morning. It's not always just slurring either. You might know what you want to say but can't find the words. Or you might blurt out something that sounds like nonsense without even realizing it. It's like your brain's trying to send an email, but the server's down, and that can feel scary and confusing. Let me share a story about Frank, a 71-year-old retired carpenter from Montana. Every morning, he'd call his son to talk about the grandkids. One day, when his son picked up, Frank's words sounded like they'd been scrambled in a blender. His son thought he was joking at first, but when Frank kept struggling to form sentences, he knew something was wrong. He called a neighbor to check on his dad, and they rushed him to the hospital. Frank had a small stroke, but because his son acted fast, he got treatment quickly and, with speech therapy, was back to sharing his woodworking stories in no time. Here's the deal. Your brain has special areas that handle language. If a stroke blocks blood flow to those spots, your ability to speak or understand can crash, sometimes in seconds. It's not just frustrating, it's an emergency. The tricky part is how easy it is to dismiss, especially in the morning when you're still waking up. You might think, I just need some coffee, or I'm just tired. But if it lingers even a few minutes, you need to move. Don't wait for it to get worse. Call for help. Your brain might be fighting for oxygen, and every second you delay could mean more damage. There's an emotional layer here too. Your voice is your connection to the world. How you share your thoughts, your humor, your love. When it starts to falter, it can feel like you're losing a piece of who you are. That fear can make you want to hide, to hope it'll sort itself out. But hiding won't help. You need action. If your words sound off, or someone says you're not making sense, trust them. Call for help, get to a hospital, and don't let embarrassment stop you. You've got too many stories left to share. If this is resonating, drop an "I'm listening" in the comments, and let's move to the next sign. When your eyes send an SOS, you open your eyes, ready to greet the day, expecting to see your cozy bedroom, the familiar glow of morning light, the outline of your favorite lamp. But something's off. One side of your vision is blurry, like you're peering through a foggy glass. Or maybe there's a dark patch, like someone's pulled a curtain halfway across your eye. You blink, rub your eyes, but it's still there. Maybe you're bumping into furniture or tilting your head to see better. This isn't just sleepy eyes or dirty glasses, it's your body sending an urgent message. And it could be tied to a stroke. Sudden vision changes, especially right after waking up, are a serious red flag. Your eyes are wired straight to your brain, and if blood flow gets cut off, say, by a clot or a bleed, the parts that process what you see can go haywire. You might see blurriness, double vision, or even lose sight in one eye entirely. The sneaky part? It might not hurt at all. If it comes and goes, it's tempting to think, oh, it's just my age. Or, I didn't sleep well. But don't fall for that. This is your brain begging you to pay attention. Take Anna, a 68-year-old artist from Colorado. One morning, she woke up and noticed the left side of her vision was like a smeared painting. Everything was blurry and dim. She thought her glasses were smudged, but no amount of cleaning helped. Her daughter noticed her squinting and stumbling and insisted they head to the ER. Good call. Anna had a minor stroke affecting the visual part of her brain. Because they acted fast, she got treatment in time and regained most of her vision, letting her get back to her vibrant landscapes. Here's why this is critical. Strokes that hit your brain's visual areas don't always come with obvious signs like slurred speech or weakness. Sometimes, your eyes are the only clue. And because vision problems can feel like a minor nuisance, especially if they improve slightly, it's easy to shrug them off. But if your vision changes suddenly, especially in one eye or one side of your visual field, don't wait for it to fix itself. Get to a hospital. Your brain's visual system is delicate, and every minute you delay risks permanent damage. There's a deeper side to this too. Losing your vision, even partially, can feel like losing your window to the world. It's disorienting, even isolating. You might hesitate to speak up, worried about seeming dramatic, but you've lived long enough to know when something's not right. Trust that instinct. You're not overreacting, you're protecting the life you've built. If your vision's acting up blurry, doubled, or patchy, call for help. Don't wait for the world to go dark. You deserve to keep seeing life's beauty. Drop a "This is eye-opening" in the comments if you're with me, and let's keep going. When the ground feels unsteady, you swing your legs out of bed, ready to start your morning, but the moment you stand, the room feels like it's tilting. You wobble, grab the nightstand, or feel like your legs are made of pudding. It's not exactly dizziness, but your steps don't land right, and you're swaying like you're on a boat in a storm. You might chuckle, thinking, I got up too fast, or my joints are just creaky. But if your balance is suddenly off, this isn't just a clumsy moment. It's a potential sign of a stroke, or something just as serious. Losing coordination or balance when you wake up can point to a stroke, a brain bleed, or a transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke. That's a major warning for something bigger. Your brain, inner ear, eyes, and muscles work together like a well-rehearsed band to keep you steady. If a clot or interruption throws that system off, you might feel like you're walking on a funhouse floor. Your steps might veer to one side, or the ground might feel like it's shifted. It's not just tripping, it's your body saying something seriously wrong. Let's talk about Henry, a 70-year-old retired truck driver from Ohio. One morning he got out of bed and nearly crashed into his wardrobe. He hadn't tripped, and his head wasn't spinning, but his body felt like it was playing a prank on him. His wife noticed he was leaning oddly and pushed him to go to the hospital. There, doctors found he'd had a transient ischemic attack, a close call for a bigger stroke. Because they caught it early, Henry started treatment that likely saved him from a worse fate. What makes this so tricky is how easy it is to dismiss. You might think, I just need to stretch, or I slept funny. But balance is a complex system, and when it fails suddenly, it's often because your brain's movement controls are under attack. This isn't just physical, it can hit you emotionally too. Losing your balance shakes your confidence. You might start moving more cautiously, avoiding activities, or even staying home more. That fear of falling can lead to isolation, but ignoring the problem risks even bigger consequences. If you wake up and feel unsteady, like the floor's not where it should be or your legs aren't listening, don't blame it on aging. Get checked out. Call for help, get to a hospital, and don't wait for a fall to prove you right. You've got too many adventures left to let this slide. Your body's trying to tell you something, listen before it has to yell. Drop a "balance is key" in the comments if this resonates, and let's move to the final sign. A weight you can't ignore you. Wake up, stretch, and take a deep breath, but there's this heaviness in your chest. It's not a sharp stab, but a tight, squeezing feeling, like someone's wrapped a band around your ribs. Maybe it feels like a heavy backpack's pressing down on you. You sit up, hoping it'll ease, maybe blaming last night's spicy dinner or a weird sleeping position. But if your chest feels off when you wake up, this isn't something to shrug off. It's a potential heart attack warning, and it's one of the most critical signs to catch early. Chest pressure or tightness, especially in older adults, is a classic heart attack red flag, and mornings are a high-risk time. Why? When you wake up, your body's stress hormones surge, your blood thickens a bit, and your heart picks up the pace. If there's already a blockage in your arteries, this is when it's most likely to spiral into a crisis. Heart attacks don't always look like Hollywood. You might not clutch your chest and collapse. Instead, it could be a vague discomfort, maybe spreading to your back, jaw, or left arm. You might feel wiped out, short of breath, or even queasy. Take Margaret, a 69-year-old grandmother from Tennessee. One morning, she woke up feeling like a heavy quilt was draped over her chest. She thought it was just heartburn from a late-night snack, but when the feeling lingered and her left arm started tingling, she remembered a health seminar she'd attended. She called 911, and it's a good thing she did. Margaret was having a heart attack. Quick action meant minimal damage, and she was back to knitting scarves for her grandkids in no time. Here's the sneaky part. Heart attack symptoms can be subtle, especially in the morning when you're still groggy. And there's a mental trap too. A lot of us, especially as we age, don't want to cause a scene. We worry about looking silly if it's nothing. But when it comes to your heart, playing it safe is the only smart move. If you feel pressure, tightness, or pain in your chest that lingers for more than a few minutes, call for help. Don't lie back and hope it fades. Your heart's carried you through decades of life. It deserves your attention now. If this is hitting home, drop a "Heart Health Matters" in the comments. And if you're finding this valuable, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay in the loop. Take charge of your health. Every morning, we wake up expecting today to feel like yesterday. But as we get older, our bodies start whispering to us in subtle ways: a slight twinge, a weird sensation, a moment of Huh, that's new. Those little signals might seem like nothing, but sometimes they're the key to catching a problem before it spirals. This isn't about living in fear, it's about owning your health and staying in the driver's seat. We've covered 5 critical morning signs. Weakness on one side, trouble speaking, vision changes, loss of balance, and chest pressure. These aren't just getting older. They're your body saying, "Hey, let's talk now." Acting fast can stop something serious in its tracks. Too many folks wait too long not because they don't care, but because they don't know or worry about overreacting. But hear this. Taking care of yourself isn't overreacting. It's strength. It's love for the life you've built and the people who cherish you. Think about the moments you still want to live cheering at your grandkid's soccer game, sipping coffee with a friend, or just soaking in a quiet sunrise. You deserve those moments, and they deserve you at your best. So, starting tomorrow, when you wake up, take a second to check in with yourself. If something feels off, trust your instincts. Your body's been your partner through every chapter. It knows when something's wrong. Listen to it, act on it, and keep writing the story of your vibrant life. Thanks for watching, you amazing people. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and share one thing you learned or how you'll stay proactive about your health. Your thoughts inspire me, and I read every single one. If this video helped, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Your support keeps this channel going with tips to help you thrive. See you in the next one.